Assalamu alaikum. I'm M Furqan Khan and today we are at outdoors conditions and we are going to test iPhone SE 2020 and Poco X3 Pro, which is powered by Snapdragon 860, and the iPhone SE2 is powered by Apple A13 Bionic, the same as iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max. So we are going to run Geekbench 5 on both of these devices and we will find if the iPhone SE can compete the newer 860 CPU of Poco X3 Pro. So the iPhones completed the round and it scores way higher. It is actually higher than the Snapdragon newer chipset, which is Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 in single score, and the multi-core performance is quite good. It is a bit lower than the 8 Gen 1, but considering it is 2 years old, it is way higher than 8 Gen 1. And if we compare it to Poco X3 Pro, which has completed, so it scored only 700 and around 750, which is good, but not but it is not as good as iPhone, because iPhone has scored much higher than any of other Android devices, even the newer versions of Android devices. So the scores are here and the iPhone has clearly beaten the Poco X3 Pro. And let me tell you that both of these devices are available for the same price in our country. I don't know about other countries, but at the moment they are at same price. So that is why I wanted to test it. And if we compare the scores are quite higher on iPhone SE than Poco X3 Pro. And let me tell you that I'm going to compete iPhone SE2 with Xiaomi Mi 10T, which is same on the price, but we will test that too. So the second test is Wildlife Extreme Unlimited Mode, which is a 1 minute test, and we will find that how does it perform when we run games on these devices. And let me tell you that we are in hotter environment, so we will test that if the devices get warm, how do they perform. So now we are going to run Wildlife Extreme Unlimited Mode 1 minute test, and after this we will do 20-minute test as well. So let's check this one. So let the test be done and let me enjoy my tea, as tea is a perfect companion when you are alone. So I'm enjoying tea along with the test. So the test is still being run and we are waiting for the results, as the results are going to be shocking. And we will see if the Poco X3 Pro is good for gaming as well, as we have heard. So the iPhone has finished the test and it has scored 1438 score, and the frame rate was about 9 frames per second. So it is good enough considering the environment, which is warmer and hotter. So the iPhone has scored 500, I think 500 more than Poco X3 Pro, which is quite impressive. And considering the prices are same, but the iPhone has performed really impressive. So, and let me tell you that both of them drained 4% of battery while finishing the test. So let's run 20 minutes test. So the results are here and there is quite a bit difference between these two. The iPhone scores much higher in the previous two tests than Poco X3 Pro. And as you can see that the Poco X3 Pro's FPS were only 6. So now it is time to run 20 minutes extreme wildlife test, and we will find out if we run games for longer periods of time, how will they both of them perform. So we have started, and it is a 20-minute 20 loops test, and we will find out that which one can actually perform better. So let's run this, and let me enjoy my tea, and I will come at the end of this test. So it is a final loop, and iPhone has completed its task, and as you can see that it has scored a bit of higher than Poco X3 Pro. Poco X3 Pro best loop was 984, while iPhone's best loop was around 1700, which is quite a bit double. Yeah, I think it is double, but less than double. So the iPhones performs really impressive and better, while the Poco X3 Pro was constant despite its scores lower, but it was constant in every loop, while the iPhone scores higher in its first loops but scores a bit lower in second, third, and the last loops. So the consistency level was a bit lower on iPhone. As you can see, on the first loop it scores 1700, and then downs to 1200, and so the iPhone has drained from 35 to 23, and it is not that much because it has lower bat